Okay, well I'm going to go ahead and start recording. On Tuesday, we signed up for a free student Azure account and we deployed out a virtual machine into Microsoft's cloud. It was a CentOS 7.3 machine and we ran sudo yum update to update machine. When we deployed it, we accessed it using PuTTY. So I'm going to go ahead and launch my PuTTY. And I told you to save your session. That way you could log in to the system using PuTTY. So I've got Security Linux there that was created on Tuesday. I'll click load. I'll show my IP address in there. It also includes the ID RSA key that we generated with PuTTYGen. So I would open that up and it's going to attach me, log in with the username, and you won't have to put a password in because we're using certificate authentication. That key file is our password. So that gets you logged in, and that's where we've got to make sure everybody gets caught up to. So I got connected and authenticated using that pre-shared key, or that RSA key. So I'm going to go ahead and launch my portal. I get a Google Chrome window open. So there's a portal.azure.com, I believe. That's what I go to. I'm probably already logged into my email, so I come in to see my virtual machines. So I've got two of them. I have a CentOS 7 from last year. Now I've got a S1 that we just generated this time around. So clicking on that, that's where I got my IP address, public IP address that you can connect to. We updated ours, or we should have. Sudo yum update should have been done on all the machines. I'm not sure why something's not been found. So after I've updated the system, I don't think I've done a reboot, and that's probably the issue, because we updated from 7.3 and now it's probably running 7.7, but I've not rebooted into that new version. So my sudo update probably needs me to reboot the computer, and I probably I don't know. Do I have rights to reboot it? I may have to sudo reboot. So sudo. Uh-oh. There is no password for root. Root doesn't have a password, so sudo. My fingers will work soon enough. Sudo reboot. So connection goes away. I can leave this up and going. I'll show you a cool feature of PuTTY, maybe, after this system comes back up online. So I'm going to resume. So we've got an issue with one machine where the key is not working. So we've come up here to the dashboard. We're going to open up a cloud. Cloud shell here. So I'm going to move those up a folder so there's none in there. I'm going to regenerate your key. with no passphrase this time, so you're like everybody else. And then we're going to look at your ID pub file so we can copy all of this. And then I'm going to go down to I'm going to go to your dashboard. From your dashboard, I'm going to click your virtual machine name, and I'm going to scroll down until I can find the reset password link right there. Click reset password, reset SSH public key. So go ahead and type your username there, and then Lucas will be good. And we'll paste that in. If you want a different one, so I'm going to update and a little resetting went away. I'll let that run to update the SSH key. So successfully reset the username and key for your system. So now we're going to go ahead and recopy that private key into, well, it doesn't matter, I'll just replace key 3, Control V there to paste it, resave. Now your key generator. So the PuTTY key gen, you have to import the key and don't touch anything else, and you click Save Private Key. I'm going to overwrite your ID RSA there and save. Yes, overwrite it. So now once that's done, PuTTY should connect. So save that over, there's no IP address. So find my IP address, overview, public IP, copy that, paste that in, save that again. Now if I double click, try Lucas Hill there. That's wrong because you used different, that's not the username you used. No, he used Lucas Hill, but he used the uppercase letters. So launch PuTTY again. And double click. Just double click it. I think he used the capital L and the capital H, I believe is what I seen you type in. So you're logged in. So I don't know if you're using a bad username or, yeah. Sudo yum update. So you see, you can replace your keys pretty easily. I just moved them out of the SSH, regenerated them, recopied them in, told Azure to replace the key inside the VM. So what is our update error? Let's see if I can get this thing where it's not windowed anymore. sudo yum update. Yeah, failure, repo base from. I wonder if we're having a network issue. So let's pause and figure out what's going on. So I'm back at my screen. What I told you I was going to show you cool about PuTTY. You can right click the taskbar and restart session. We have some type of issue here. The error not found. So you can highlight things in PuTTY and it copies it to your buffer. I don't know that that's going to Google. It's not. Well, that's surrounded in quotation marks. So let me go back to Google. Quotation mark. Control V in quotation marks. So maybe that will search that right there. So it comes up. Yum repo configuration fails super user. Well, let's go ahead and read about this. I'm going to go ahead and pause so I'll actually find the answer. Pause recording on the video. So my updates are not working, and I found this workaround that looks like it might work, especially for the version that we'd be running. It's it may not work, so I wouldn't follow me along until it does. Nope, that didn't work. So it could be a possibility that the site is down. Let me see if I can get it to this site from my browser. Yep. What directory is it looking for? That directory. Didn't add it to the end, replace the whole thing. So that's not found on the server. That's found on the server. And that's found on the server. I think something has happened on the mirror. So resuming the video here, it's the folders on the site it's trying to access don't exist, and the clean's not going to work. So doing a whole lot with this today. What we did, the sudo yum upgrade or update, and it's called operating system hardening. One of the tasks I'm going through to make sure that everything's patched onto the system, lowers the problems of it being exploited. But when the site loses its patches, well, we can wait. I was kind of wanting to show you how to set up CentOS for the auto checks for updates. And you can do that. By default, it doesn't auto do that. It's a manual process, but you can go through and set the Linux systems to automatically check and install updates at will. So you don't have to sit there and babysit it. So I'll show you how to install that. There's another tool to help protect SSH protocol from external attacks, because these systems have been out there. I know we're using certificate login, and there's probably not much way they can break in, but still, there's lots of people are probably hitting these port 22, and there's some tools that we can install to limit the amount of times a person can attack our system. So that's some super cool stuff I was wanting to show off today with having a Linux system. Then also deploying out a web server. And we already talked about HTTP and HTTPS. And there's an organization, non-profit out there, that they've gathered money from all the big name companies, and their goal is to encrypt everything on the web. They're providing free certificates to anybody that needs them. You know, if you don't need enhanced identification, you just need to set up where all of your traffic's encrypted so nobody can inject malicious code between you and your client. So they're providing that, and it's registered in all the browsers that I've seen. It's the Let's Encrypt non-profit organization. So I want to carry off into installing a web server into this thing and setting up for that it uses HTTPS authentication instead of non-encrypted form. That way I can kind of see a lot of the process that you got to look into when you're setting up different services and stuff. And we really got to protect SSH, but I'm not sure how to do that with the sites down. Can't even search for applications to install with that being down. So, why is it down? Can we sit here and speculate on?
Yeah, Windows 10 and there's Windows servers, whatever, and they got the one.
Yeah, so I guess I got in the video how that you can go regenerate the key and go in and tell it to reset password, and you can copy the new key, username and stuff in, and it'll reset that into the system. But I don't guess we can do much with securing the Linux system down today. We'll have to defer that to next week, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out. We're not going to go home early. We're probably going to go ahead and patch our systems while we're at it, so I'm going to stop this video.